Hey, welcome to another album review, and today we have the Benny the Bear, which is a band that I discovered like years and years and years ago through YouTube recommendations. So, hey, there's that. And today I bring their first album, their self-titled, released in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, around that time. And I think it's 2010. Yeah, it is 2010, and it's just it's almost an EP long. Basically, it's around half an hour ish, maybe 40 minutes around that, and essentially this is a I guess hardcore post-hardcore band. I guess that's how you would like. It's an electronic post-hardcore band. They have a huge focus on like electronic sounds and synths and stuff like that, and very heavy guitars, very distorted guitars. And they used to I mean they still have two vocalists, and basically is usually the contrast between the Benny, which is more hardcore screams and that sort of growling type thing, where the Bear is actually the melody, the clean vocals, the person that is usually higher pitched and everything. And something that I found really cool about this band that you can still see in this first album, the self-titled The Benny the Bear album, which is the album that we're talking about today, is just the contrast between the harsh vocals and the clean vocals. It's actually such a cool dynamic between both of them. And unfortunately, just to inform you, the Bear, Chris, I think it was his name, actually passed away years ago. So there's only a few albums that actually have the Bear, and even then, like, I think there was some problems with drugs. So one of the albums didn't have the Bear, I think. But this guy had one of the most high-pitched voices that you can ever imagine, and it was actually really cool because it made for that contrast between both of them really good. Like, I think on his own, he's a good singer, don't get me wrong, but it never really felt that amazing. The contrast between both of them is really what makes this band, in my opinion, and like it's, I guess you can call it a gimmick, sure, if you want, but it's what really makes the entire thing stand out, and what really gives that depthness to a lot of the songs. Because look, this could have been just another post-hardcore band, just growling, heavy guitars or whatever, but that dynamic between clean vocals and harsh vocals that then can be seen or heard rather in the rest of the songs, which is you have the distorted fucking guitars, very tuned down guitars, and then you have the electronic sounds, which are more like, how do I describe them, like owl city type higher pitched electronic sounds. So the contrast is not just in the vocals, it's also in the sound itself, and it's really cool because it definitely does create this really interesting dynamic of every song, but at the same time you have a lot of like catchiness to it. It's very weird, but it's very engaging as a result, I would say. Now, as far as this album goes, while we have all of that, it is their first album and it is self-released, I think, from what I remember. It has 12 songs. Well, I mean, it doesn't have 12 songs because there's like two interludes in the album, three interludes in the album, so it's more like 9 songs long. And let me just say, you can really tell it's self-released because the production is very, very rough. Like, things don't really sound very clean, and one of the major issues that you hear throughout the entire album is the Benny's vocals, the harsh vocals, are so like blended with the rest of the songs or the rest of the audio, where the Bear is actually much more on top of everything, right? It just feels like the Bear and the Benny and the instrumentals are in separate rooms almost. So from a production perspective, it's very, very fucking rough. It's fine, I guess. Again, it's self-released, so I don't want to be like too harsh, and it is a unique, I guess, product that they are actually releasing here, so you can't, I guess, be too harsh in a way. But yeah, it's essentially very, very rough, and man, because like the mix is incredibly rough. I felt that it got a little bit better as the album went on, but not by much, right? Not by much. Yeah, as for the, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't pay attention to what they were singing about, so I don't remember any of the lyrics, unfortunately. However, there are three interludes, and I really want to talk about the last one in the album, called "It's Only an Interlude," which is a bit on the nose, and it's mostly just sax noise. I wish it was different. It's just sax noises. That's it. And yeah, I mean, I guess the album does touch a lot on like sexual innuendos and sex. I mean, the first interlude is called "Prelude to Pregnancy," and then like the third song, for example, is called "Last Touch Seethe," you know. So yeah, and then like for example, the song after the last interlude, the one that it's only an interlude, it's called "Pull 'Em Up" or "Prenup." So yeah, definitely a lot of maybe not safe for. Again, I didn't pay attention to the lyrics. They can be entirely not safe for work, which I would imagine. Yeah, this is more of a. I wouldn't even say it's a grown-up album. There's definitely edginess to this album. You can definitely feel a lot of. I mean, I guess a lot of post-hardcore is very like edgy, stuff to it. There's this very edgy attitude, and here is no different, really. But yeah, overall, honestly, I kind of enjoyed it, but I do wish that they would focus more on maybe the melodies and much more on the contrast between the bunny and the bear, and as well as the rest of the song, especially like the synth keyboard. I think it's what they use when it came to electronic sounds, and the especially tuned down guitars. I think it's an amazing contrast, and I think it's something that they should definitely focus more on, and something that I know they're going to focus more on because I've heard some of the I didn't come across this album first. Like none of these songs were actually familiar to me. All of them were new. So the songs that I heard were from later albums. But yeah, honestly, it's a good foundation. Again, it might just seem as a gimmick, but honestly, it's a gimmick that actually works really well. It seems. Yeah, I mean, it's all about just cleaning up the sound, definitely having better production. Which again, I can't blame them too much. It's being self-released without a label and everything, it can be rough. Yeah, I mean, just maybe a little bit, a bit less focus on the post-hardcore and more focus on the special thing that they have going on, right? Because you can't exactly like, I guess, put this into a genre. I don't think. Yeah, but it's honestly an interesting, a good beginning, I would say. At the beginning, I wasn't feeling very hot on the entire album. The first few songs definitely weren't very good, I would say, but as the album went on, I kind of started warming up to it, and I definitely started seeing a lot more of the shine, and a lot more of the, because one of the things the album definitely has, especially towards the later half, is that you can really feel is, despite the album being kinda edgy and whatnot, you can really like feel that they're just having fun with it, and it's not that serious. Like the entire attitude towards it is just not that serious. So yeah, honestly, that's pretty much about it, I think. Am I forgetting to say anything? No, I don't think I'm forgetting to say anything. So yeah, I will definitely touch on later albums because I think that later albums do things that are much better than this album. But yeah, as for my 5 meter, I'm feeling like a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 5 out of 10. I'm feeling a 5 out of 10 actually. Just in the middle. Plenty of room for improvement, but definitely something already there, something unique. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.